Jackie and Miss Eden, and we are getting ready to do some tutorials today to be able to help you out a little bit when we're getting ready with our hair and with our makeup. So we're gonna start today by doing a low ponytail. The first thing you want to do is grab a comb and you want to try to find the center of the head, so look straight at me. As we go, I'm going to give her some tips that help with working with younger kids that work for Eden and help give her directions more clearly. She's a super good trooper about it. So you're going to try to put the comb and line it up in the middle of their forehead. Find their nosy. It doesn't tickle. And then we're going to draw the line all the way up and back. I should also say I am not a professional stylist or makeup artist. So all I'm doing is just giving some suggestions for the stuff that works. But we're gonna go ahead and find the center part. Can you turn your head towards the front? And now turn back towards me. And then I'm gonna just trace that all the way back as best I can. If your child has like a cowlick or anything like that, that's fine. She has one in the back and she also has a little one in the front, as you can see here on this side. And so we're gonna take care of that in a minute. So once I get that all straightened out as much as possible, and I even part her baby hairs in the front, I'm going to take a little bottle of spray water and I'm going to spray the top of her head. I like to shield her eyes like this anytime I'm using spray. You can also, if you don't have a spray bottle, I just recommend doing it in the bathroom. I recommend doing it in the bathroom. You may want to do it in the bathroom anyways, but then that way you can just use just wet down your hands and use that. We do that sometimes when we're in a hurry, right? Yeah. The next thing that I would really make sure that you get those baby hairs pretty wet. Up in the front, we're gonna do a little more baby hairs. This is what it looks like right now. And then in order to keep all of those little flyaways from going anywhere, I use a little bit of gel. She hates gel because it is a little bit harder to get out in the shower, right? We have to scrub pretty hard to get it out, but a little teeny bit goes a long way, and it just helps us with those like little teeny hairs, the flyaways at the top. It's not her favorite part, but it definitely makes a difference. And then from there, you want to just try to start to like part it down behind the ears. If you have a really stubborn little bit of hair that needs some extra attention, after this step, just put in a couple of bobby pins wherever the problem area is and hold it down while you continue to work on the rest of the hair, and then you can remove it later once you think it's dried pretty well. We did also comb her hair before we started the video, so now I'm going to kind of comb through the product, what we have so far. From there, we're going to spray. You can use any kind of hairspray you want. I do prefer an aerosol hairspray. I know that everybody has preferences, but I do prefer that myself. I think that it does help hold a little bit differently and it dries a little faster, in my opinion. So now, Edie, what I'm going to have you do is turn around and face the back. So now we've got the front part of her hair kind of set where we want. Again, these are just suggestions at it's what works for us. Put your chin up. Chin up. Good. And again, these are like little cues that just help her know what I'm talking about. And I would say about 80% of the time she is pretty cooperative about getting her hair done and her makeup done. So the more that you do it, the more comfortable they're gonna get with it. I'm combing, but I'm trying to maintain that center part by kind of swooping the brush down. And I'm only combing back, turn your head over here. I'm only combing back from like where the center part I made ended and brushing into the pony. All right, straight ahead. So the goal is to try to get as slick as you can and as tight as you can. If you're starting to notice bubbles or chin up, please, straight ahead. Yep. If you're starting to notice bubbles or anything like that, keep working your way as if your hands were like the ponytail holder, you know, or the elastic. And then that kind of shows you what is going to happen. Chin up, straight ahead. Yep. And you're going to have a lot of reminders you're going to have to give as you go. Like I said, if you notice bulges or things, this is where you're going to start to be able to brush it out and get the low pony exactly where you want it. Our goal for the low pony is to be in line with the ears here. And then you can add product as you go. If you need more water, that's usually a good place to start because it's a temporary thing, obviously. So for here, I'm gonna add some water in the back as I go around. And then the next thing I like to add when I'm working like this, honestly, is just right to hairspray. But you can add some gel if you feel like you need it. Her hair is a little bit on the thinner side. I know we have a lot of dancers with thicker hair, so you're gonna have to assess as you go. The more that you do it, you're the one that knows your child's hair best. So we're gonna then start to comb up from the bottom and try not to lose the placement on the top. Eden also has straight hair. If you feel like you need to, you can either straighten the hair before you start if your child has like wavy hair or maybe more coarse hair. So then I'm going to use an elastic. The recommendation is to use a black elastic or to use an elastic that matches her hair. We have black at home today, so that's what we're going to be using. And I make sure I tell her usually before I start putting the elastic in to be really still. And then as I'm winding the elastic, a little trick to keep it exactly where you want it is as I pull the elastic to loop it again, I pull the hair the opposite way, and that keeps it center in the head. And then again, this way I'll pull the ponytail in the opposite direction. It just kind of helps keep it squared off. And then I check it underneath first because it's the easiest way to see between the ears. Then once I put it down, I look aesthetically if it's coming through and doing what I want it to do there as well. She has, turn your head again, babe. She's got little baby hairs under here. For a low pony, that matters a whole lot less than for a high pony. But if it bothers you, a little bit of water and then gel, you always want to like wet the hair before you use gel, will take care of that. You could even toss some bobby pins in, and some hairspray would probably handle that as well. I'll go ahead and use hairspray a lot on her whole head, but we'll start here. Put your chin down. Good. Move down at your knees. Good. And then I actually take my hand, and there's another trick that you can utilize a toothbrush. You can spray a little bit of hairspray on a toothbrush. And we do that at competitions and stuff, right? To kind of keep our flyaways like fresh, or at recital, obviously. And we're just taking the fingers or your toothbrush, and you're pushing the hair towards the pony and the elastic, which is what you want. And then we're gonna do it the other way. So turn your head just a little bit, and we're gonna do the same thing. Adding a little bit of the hairspray. Again, not a professional, just what works for us to get her hair to stay between multiple changes and everything like that. All right, turn your cheek all the way. Yes, perfect. Now for a low pony, her hair doesn't have a whole ton of layers in it. So we're okay here. We use a lot more bobby pins when we do a high ponytail. But if you have any pieces that maybe your dancer has layered hair in the front or different layers throughout, then you're going to want to use bobby pins. I recommend getting bobby pins that are the closest shade to your child's hair. Today they were out of Eden's color. This more works for mommy's hair color, but and any kind of bobby pin is better than none, but you can actually buy them to match your child's hair. All right, go ahead and turn around and face me. Toothbrush. This is only a hair toothbrush. We put it in her dance bag so that we know. We do a little bit of hairspray on the bristles, And then we go ahead, turn your chin towards the camera, we go ahead and just pull. So it smooths it out. It takes those pieces that maybe were a little bit more chunky and brushes them back. And when you're done combing through, if you have little pieces that are sticking up or out, just toss a couple of bobby pins in them. If you feel like it's an excessive amount, you've already created a really good base, you can probably start right over and you know, put a couple comb through a couple of times and be set to go. Take that, and now turn your head the other way. Smile. And that's the low pony. Go ahead and face your wall for a second. That's what it looks like from the back. And again, maybe you didn't start by straightening your child's hair, but once it's up, you want a little bit straighter. Turn on your straightener, just, you know, on like a medium setting. It doesn't have to be super hot, and then just run it over a couple of times just to get those ends flat if you're interested in doing that. But I think this looks pretty good. Like I said, just try to find that center part and just try to make sure that it's as secure as possible. Every time they take something off over their head, it's going to mess up their hair, so you want to try to give them as much product as possible so we keep it exactly as we want it. Right? Give a thumbs up. Thank you. So that's that. That's the first step. From there, we lost our hairspray. I don't know where it went. Oh, cut. Yeah. All right, we'll try again. Hi there, it's Miss.
Cut. Now let go.
Okay.
Action.
All right. Hi there, it's Miss Jackie and Eden, and we are getting. Don't smile like that. Smile like a regular human. No, smile nicely. Just like do a nice like little wave. Okay. Yeah.
Cut.
Okay. Ready?